Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another exciting episode of your Monday morning dose of You've Already Peaked Gaming Podcast, featuring your host, Locarthemanbeast. Also featuring me, the DjLobsterDust.
The DjLobsterDust. I hope this recording goes well. OBS had a massive update and changed a bunch of things, and everything got swapped. So we'll
Perfect.
We'll find out, huh?
Yeah,
it's recording. I can see
we'll
bars.
Shoot this again tomorrow.
That's exactly right. Are you off tomorrow? That sounds about right. Happy Monday, everyone. Happy Monday.
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh man. What a good start to the weekend, man. Good start. Yeah. I am covered in fucking dog fur.
There we go. What a happy start to your weekend.
Is a good looking dog. He just sheds so much. He's a big ass golden retriever. I was driving home with him, and because I'm watching. Yeah, exactly right. Exactly right. At one point, he was like, he had his head like he wanted to get out the window, and I was like, okay, cool. I'll crack the window for him a little bit.
No.
It's like, all right, we're gonna roll that one back up. Sorry, there, bud. Yeah,
it's like the opposite of that like game show where you step in the tube and you're trying to catch the money. You're trying to get away from the hair, but it's just sticking to you.
It's like I came home and I was like, oh, what? It's like all of my mustache and beard, So I'm like, oh god. Good dog. Yeah, I'm watching a big ass golden retriever for the weekend.
Hell yeah.
It's a pretty good dog. Pretty mellow.
You should teach it
come on,
I already said it. You should do it with Count Dankula. I'm having a stroke.
Hands up.
You know the guy Count Dankula?
No. Count Dankula?
No?
Count Dankula?
Count Dankula?
No.
He does like the Mad Lad videos?
The Mad Lad?
Yeah.
No.
He's on this week's episode of Mad Lads. He's from Scotland. Anyways, he thought it'd be a funny thing to teach his pug he'd be like, Hail Hitler, and his pug would put one paw up. They threw him in jail over that.
I was gonna say,
yeah, over in England, they don't play. I was gonna say, wouldn't it be funny if he came back like, look what I taught your dog? But then I remember how YouTube feels about that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
so that was purely a joke referencing someone else who already did that algorithm.
And we're not going to play the scene right now. No. Oh boy. What do you got going on, man? I feel like I haven't talked to you and I literally haven't talked to you since we shot the last podcast, I feel like.
Didn't we do like 48 hours of nothing but Destiny?
That was right after we shot the podcast.
Yeah, and then there's this thing called work that we do. It's crazy.
Yeah, but I haven't texted you, I haven't interacted with you. I've been so busy, I just have not had time. I feel like you send me stuff and I look at it.
I've been pretty quiet in the group chat.
I've just been very busy, and so I look at things and I'm like, haha, and then I just move on with my life.
Did you see that Elden Ring is shot as an 80s movie?
Yeah,
that looked. We're this close from just being able to just just make it all. Give me the whole thing.
The whole thing.
Oh, I can't wait.
With the way that the mod community works, I'm surprised there isn't more crazy shit out there already.
Yeah.
But people are pretty people are loving the DLC, but they are they're the amount of difficulty is so much. People have praised Sekiro for being a very hard game, and people are Elden Ring DLC is hard, and they're you shut your fucking mouth. They're just angry at everything right now.
Yeah, I haven't gotten into that. I got the Destiny bug, man.
Have you been playing more?
No, I've been working.
Yeah,
but I've been thinking about it. I've been watching videos, and I've been trying to plan and plot my way into. I need you, I need Aaron, and I need Sean. We need to run gambits. What is it? Every 3 you can get an exotic. I think I need like
the weekly
10.
Yeah, the weekly is 9.
It's every week.
And it resets every Tuesday, and it's 9 total for the week. If you do Vanguard, Crucible, or Gambits, you do 9 in total, and every 3 gives you an Ingram. So you get 3 exotics a week, basically, just from playing the game.
I could do this.
It's easy.
I could do this because I figured out. I was like, I need to figure out how to get Guardian, Rahul up, and
so you can pick your chest.
That's how you level him. Is to just give him Ingrams. Right?
It doesn't have to any Ingrams. It doesn't have to be exotics. Any Ingram. So any of the content that you can play.
Now I know why you guys say it. Guardian.
What cipher is this, Guardian? Aaron started it, right? Like you go past Raul and you'd be like, whatever. And then it's just like every time you just talk to him, he's just so like traveler, or like he'll say some weird shit or whatever. And it's like it's in the back of your head and you're like, whatever. And then every time we go to the tower, you just hear Aaron be like, Guardian. Like, what the fuck is happening?
I didn't know what the fuck you guys were saying. For I don't know how long you guys were doing it. Because he always called me, hello, Titan. He was calling me Titan for the entire time. And then he said it like, oh, Guardian. Like, and I was like at my computer looking around like somebody heard that, right?
So it always sucks too, because like when I go in the tower, there's like Raul, there's Banshee, and then there's like a giant ass Cabal dude like standing right there. If you stand next to the Cabal, or like in between Raul and the Cabal, Raul will just go like, "What cipher is this, Guardian?" over and over again, and the Cabal just like heavy breathes, like like a fat kid running, and it's like, why am I standing here in the fucking tower?
The perfect distance to one ear is the other is the other.
It's just constantly going through, and then of course
that's my white noise.
Yeah, and that's where the vault is too, so you can't like escape it, you know. Oh God. Yeah, I want to play more Destiny. Like
I've been digging it.
We've got, I mean, it's me, you, Aaron, Sean, you know, Will,
Cliff.
Yeah, Cliff's in there. But me, everybody but you. So me, Aaron, Sean, and Will went in to try and do a raid, and that was a disaster.
Yeah,
that was a disaster. It was hard. It was incredibly hard. We did Vault of Glass, and we did get through the first part of it, so we did get to like pump up like, you know, our a chest or whatever. It could not get past the second boss, and that is like the end game content I would like to play. I want to see the builds in action in a raid with a synergy and stuff like that. Like that would just be so much fun, because I haven't done a raid since Destiny 1, so it's like I really just want to dick around with all the new stuff, you know.
I'm like this close. I need that armor, and then I just need to farm abhorrent action, which apparently isn't like super hard, and then get better rolls on what is it, that's indifference or whatever, that one that you were after.
Yeah, from that dungeon.
That's apparently there's like 3 that you should, like, I guess for the build that I'm trying to do, like swap out, because each one takes a different slot. One's a kinetic, one's a special, and one's a heavy. So you can like rotate those and use different weapons to complement them.
Okay.
To get the build to pop. But I think once I get there, then I can actually help you guys with the bosses instead of just like
I mean, realistically, I mean, we weren't doing bad. Like,
I just feel like I wasn't doing a lot.
I don't feel like I do a lot when compared with playing with Aaron.
Yeah,
like, Aaron just pumps damage, and it's kind of gross.
It's like fucking Cliff on Dota, dude. I swear, you're just like, oh, how are you so good?
I do enjoy the fact that Aaron pumps a ton of damage, but is dog shit at jumps. So I feel comfortable there.
First off, glad you brought this up. Fuck you guys. Fuck you guys for, and I should have known everything. Oh, hey, Brad, go grab that chest. Dies. Steps on Cliff while everybody else is standing backwards. Dies. Go ahead, Brad. Trap dies. Trap dies. And then just me like having my small breakdown moment, like, I can't fucking stand this anymore. You guys are just like leading me to death and to death. And as I'm like sitting here just staring, I look up and you just keep reviving me and pushing me back into the trap and reviving me and pushing me back into the trap. I'm just shaking. Ooh, the blood got pumping, but it was almost good because once we got past that point, I just didn't care anymore.
Yeah, you shouldn't care. We couldn't go any farther because you were just stuck there behind the trap, and I was like, maybe if I like kind of sneak him in a certain way, because like the traps would activate, and I was like, if I keep pushing you through the traps, maybe I get you on the other side of it. I was like, I just keep leading you down.
Bullshit. I can see your fucking face while you're doing it. You're just like,
well, the first couple times
giggling, you just shove me into it.
The first couple times I was like, killed him again. And then the next couple times I was like legitimately trying. And then towards the end I was like, I'm still killing him.
But I am having a lot of fun with this.
Yeah. I told you.
That's a happy puppy tail.
Yeah. It's a happy puppy. Your breath smells like ass, though, dog. Yeah. Yeah, you got a stinky breath. Go lay down.
Ron dropped its update.
I did see new maps for, what was it, $9 or whatever for, like, all of the content? That's not bad, man. You know?
Yeah, I'll pay that every time.
Yeah, exactly. That's worth every penny of that. And it came with new guns. It came with new guns, right? Some new cosmetics, new maps. 2 new maps, I think is what it is.
I'll take it.
It's not bad. I mean, a little bit of change up for what we were already playing. I mean, we've been playing the same maps, although we did find that, you know, Ready or Not did have some changes in its map, like the way some of the maps worked and looked. I mean, but outside of that, goddamn. But outside of that, you know, it's I mean, it's been the same game since early access. So it's nice to just see something new in there, you know? It'd be fun to play. Just haven't had a whole lot of...
I really don't care if it's the same game, you know? Adding the maps, just giving us what it is. Because for what it is, like the replayability, the like everything about it, I really like Ready or Not.
I do too.
And Cliff, it's been a constant for us for like 2 years now.
Yeah.
That's crazy for us.
I think it's even longer than that. Because we picked up Ready or Not way back. When did we pick it up? COVID time?
Does it say? I mean, yeah, probably like 2021.
Yeah, at least.
At the latest, like 2022.
God, when me, you, and Will went into the Santa Monica house or whatever with just non-lethal, I may have laughed so hard. Like I had never. We're just like pepperballing those guys like back to back and running, and then you just kept running to the house and you just kept shooting them.
Just shooting, pepper spray. The guy just running and running until everybody's out of ammo, and then he kills us all.
Oh God,
so fucking stupid. I loved it.
That was amazing. That's a good, like, just fun, stupid game. Like, we always take it serious or whatever. It was the one where it's like we all popped in and it was like someone shot someone and then like we reloaded it and then everybody's just guns at each other. Oh man.
Oh, that's what gaming's about, man.
That is what gaming is about. That's all gaming is about. It's about having fun. That's like, man, and then some of the new stuff that's come out, because there's been a lot of new stuff this past week. Not a ton of things. 7 Days to Die got its 1.0 actual non-experimental full launch. And everybody's like, so there's no changes? Like, it's a 12-year-old game. We're not getting much more. What else came out? Oh, Earth Defense Force 6 came out. Do you know what Earth Defense Force is? Okay.
Of course.
How would I not? Earth Defense Force is probably one of my all-time favorite, like, dumb, almost like Japanese games. the best way to describe it. I don't know how to spread. You have
I immediately thought of the guy walking with like those like squawking chickens on his feet, trying to get through.
No, it's
Stupid Japanese game.
It is very Japanese in itself. You play a character and there's different classes, and the idea of it is defend Earth from giant bugs. And it's like done in like swarms, like massive amounts of enemies that like constantly, like just giant ants that come down from a ship, and you just have to like.
Okay. Helldivers, Starship Troopers.
Earth Defense Force did it first. Well, maybe not. Starship Troopers may have had the book first. Earth Defense Force 1, I think, was maybe. No, because what? Starship Troopers movie was like, what, 98? 99? No?
I'm basing this solely off of Neil Patrick Harris's age in that. Oh,
19
or Denise Richards. It's got to be 96.
97.
97?
Yeah. So nice little range there. So Earth Defense Force 1 probably came out right after that time period. But it's just a great game. It's like, do you know what Dynasty Warriors is?
Yes.
Okay, you know how like in Dynasty Warriors you just fight mobs and mobs of enemies at a period of time? That's all Earth Defense Force is, just with guns and giant insects. Anyway, it's a great game. It's so much fun. It's co-op. It's a blast. It's a blast. So Earth Defense Force 6 came out. Everybody was pumped about it, pre-ordered it, got a bunch of stuff. Launch it. People go to play the multiplayer servers. You have to have an Epic account to play it. Buy it on Steam. You have to have an Epic account. People were like, "What? Why?" Within 6 hours, overwhelmingly negative reviews. It just tanked it to the ground. And then,
do you not pay attention? It's like,
seriously, what are you doing? Look around. Look what, when Helldivers, you know what I mean? Helldivers did that whole thing. How bad it was received within the community. And then immediately after that, the developers were like, okay, we're working on separating it. We don't know how, but we're going to work on separating it so you don't have to worry about logging in through Epic.
Yeah. Oh, with them.
Yes.
I thought you were talking about Helldivers. I was like, because Helldivers still never really recovered. They just kind of like said they were fixing it, but didn't really fix it, but then fucked over everybody. Like, it's just like region lock people. Like, okay, now you can't have it.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it was scummy. It's scummy, but I also think that there's a point of it being a Sony game that you should have seen it coming. You know what I mean? It feels bad. It feels bad. And they were upfront about it. Helldivers had said specifically upfront, oh, what is that?
This?
Yeah.
It's a delicious cream soda.
Okay. That's fine. For some
What did you
reason,
think it was?
I thought it was a Corona at first from the way that the light, and then I saw how dark it was, and I was like, that looks like you should not put that in your mouth. Anyway, but Helldivers was upfront about the fact that they were like, sooner or later it will link to PlayStation Network. Like they were upfront about it. They're like, we've disabled it at the very beginning because of how bad server stuff is and all that stuff. We will eventually have to get to that point. And then they did it, and everybody was like, oh, Pikachu face, But with Earth Defense Force, nowhere on any of the Steam page or anything to say anything about the Epic at all. They may have changed it now. I haven't checked. So that just feels like bad marketing.
It's gonna sound stupid, but I almost feel like if you're selling it on Steam, you should let it be like a Steam standalone.
I agree.
Is that stupid?
No,
Because I feel like there's certain like expectations. Like, I understand anything I buy from Ubisoft is going to, like, that's been ingrained in me. That's like gamer knowledge. That's like, I know I'm going to have to turn to like explore this because there could be something there. I know if I download a Ubisoft game, and this is why I like strive to go against Ubisoft so much, because no matter what, they're gonna, and it's never even the same one.
No. No.
Because it's always like you play this like, and it's like I have reset my password on Ubisoft more times than I have anything else in my life combined. Like
I finally set up two-step authentication for Ubisoft because of how often I was fucking messing up my password or whatever.
I just hate them.
Yeah, it's bad. But you are right. Now, here's my issue with Epic. I mean, there's lots of that list it's pretty long at this point. They just keep adding.
It's gonna be a 5-hour episode.
My more or less my biggest issue is how bad that launcher runs. How bad the download for like their network stuff is, how bad the UI is, how bad it is to navigate, how bad it is to just launch every time, no matter how many times I've saved my stuff on there, every single time I have to like go in, check my email, pull another code off of it to even if it's the right password, I still have to do it. It's just a dog shit launcher. If they made the launcher better quality, I might stop bitching as much. Like I hate Epic. Like it's bad. But like the launcher makes it unenjoyable to try and get stuff like squared away. Have you ever tried to like uninstall a game from Epic?
Nah, I can't. I'm gonna be honest with you. I can't even think of what the launcher looks like.
Yeah, that's how bad it is. It's not even memorable. It's a hodgepodge of bullshit. You launch it and it's just a clusterfuck of like, I don't know what I'm clicking on. These are all your games, but not actually your games. These are
does
games
Epic
that
have Rocket League?
I mean, lots of things have Rocket League, but yeah, I think so.
Was Epic the first one to have Tiny Tina's Wonderland?
Yes.
Then I do know what launch you're talking about. It's not that bad.
It's bad. It's bad. It's a dog shit.
It's not good, but it's not that bad.
It's bad.
I think Ubisoft wins in that.
No, Ubisoft at least moves. Epic is like click, and I will go. I'll be able to drive from here to San Francisco to pick someone up at the airport and back before things are fucking loaded and downloaded. It is bad. And that's like unlimited bandwidth and stuff like that. Like it's just bad. It's just bad. Objectively bad.
I think you just hate Epic.
I think I do. I think that's okay. I think I can respectfully hate Epic for those reasons, you know. They've done a lot of dirty things to me over the years. They were top of my list. Had a lot of good things. I love Unreal. I love the Unreal Engine. Then Fortnite came out and everything went to shit. And you took my money. Took a lot of my fucking money. Not like a respectable lot of money either. You know what I mean? It's not like
$11,000 on Steam, but
it's not like, you know, not like Elon Musk endorsement money. But like for me, it had value.
It's the principle of things.
It's exactly right. Oh, did you hear? It finally got a release date. Are you ready for this? August 25th, Brad. August 25th. 25th. I'm almost positive it's August 25th.
So 30 days from now.
Squirrel with a gun.
Oh.
Yeah, dude.
I got real mixed feelings about that. I almost feel like they missed the boat.
I don't think so. I think I was watching a trailer on it because it's the announcement date trailer or whatever. The gun animation that the squirrel does is fucking legit. Like, I think there's a lot of people that look at it and be like, "Oh, it's like Goat Simulator," but I don't feel like it's as like Goat Simulator is goofy because it's just bad physics or whatever. I feel like the developers actually put time and effort into like the way things work to make it less like just goofy as ragdoll physics. You know what I mean? Like you headbutt someone in Goat Simulator, it's like they flew off the map or whatever. Like this is like there's like a execution with like a handgun. He like spins the gun around and then like shoots a guy. Like it's fucking sick. Or like he's got like a 50 cal sniper and he like jumps in the air and like spins up and twirls. Like it's this whole like Matrix animation move, and then he's pointing the sniper, flips it upside down, fires it so it propels him straight down and just beats the dude with the butt of the sniper like into the ground. It's just shit like that is dope. I feel like they've actually tried a little bit with this.
All right, I'm going to recant my previous statement because I guess in my head, Squirrel with a Gun to me was going to be like something akin to that fish game that you made me play. Like it'd be like the crossing the street with the fish. Like I thought it was just going to be like you just like run around and like you shoot stuff for a little bit and you're like, all right, well that was a cool $2. But if they have actually developed some kind of a story, even if it's as lackadaisical as like Goat Simulator,
I feel like
I'm in.
I feel like the story basically feels like that Wanted Raccoon game a little bit. You know what I mean? I feel like it's definitely got that type of vibe, but then the like emphasis is on all the different weapons and like the way that like a tiny squirrel runs around with a giant shotgun, you know?
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I
I'm
mean?
back in.
Yeah. He's got like an over under and he's just like goo goo and then like flips back to reload. Like it's like that's kind of sick, you know? I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna play it. I think that that's just the perfect stupid game to play.
Yeah. At least for a little bit.
Yeah.
Did they announce how much it's gonna be?
I don't remember seeing the price when I looked it up. Let me see.
Is it like did they like do a trailer or did they do something on Steam?
I saw the trailer on YouTube, but I don't know. Oh, it is August 29th. My bad. August 29th. And it does not have a price tag on it yet.
No.
I'm assuming that that game cannot be more than like what? $20 at most?
Ooh, I was gonna say like $5.99.
No, it's gonna be like
20?
like I think it's gonna be at most. I think it'll probably be like $14.99. I feel like that's
I feel like that's it's not steep.
This economy. It's this economy, bro.
Like it's
this economy.
God,
bro.
can we get like a and like Cliff just comes up and gives us an economics lessons? Like, well, actually, but if you're looking at the median price in games that you buy and games that you actually play,
can we do it?
Your sweet spots right around like a Mad Money thing.
Can we do it in 8-bit though? Like like he's gotta read the whole thing. Oh man. I don't know. I've just been looking forward to some of the games coming out in August. Like I'm not gonna have time to play anything. I'm not gonna have time to really play anything until fucking October.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna be so busy. Like my board is busy. Like running up through the remainder of this month. Like we only got like what, a week left? Not even that. This comes out on Monday. We've got 3 days. All of my August is busy.
I was gonna say
we're
it's the 26th right now,
dude. Ugh.
July just happened.
Just finished. I felt like it was the 4th last week. I mean, it wasn't. That's how time works.
Bazing!
That's going back to what we were talking about before, man. I just keep blinking and time warping.
I think July was especially short, though.
I turned the house in June. You know what I mean?
Huh?
I turned your house. I did your house in June.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like last week.
Yeah. Last week.
No, I mean, the last week of June, but
yes.
Yeah, it felt like last week.
Oh, man. I have not been able to bring I get home from work. And as bad as I want to play video games, I do that thing where like I boot a game, I start a game, I turn a game off, find another thing, boot a game, start a game, turn it off, and then turn everything off and just sit down and watch YouTube. You know what I mean?
You think we overdid it on the drugs?
I think we peaked.
you think our serotonin's like just
it's gone. It's gone.
Come on, please. You're just waiting for like some kind of like spike to happen when you load something.
Yeah.
Nope. I guess I'll try another one.
Start sucking adrenal glands. I Because I started, okay, so I had a game in my game line. I had a game. Bro, the ADHD has been bad lately. I go to have conversations with people and I'm like, so anyway, well, let me start back. Well, when this when it was like, hold on, let me get my fucking thoughts in order before I talk. It's been bad lately.
Hold on, you just start jogging in a circle real quick. Okay.
I was just scribbling on a piece of paper to focus my mind. Now I've lost my train of thought. Oh, fuck it. I started playing.
You're doing so good. Focus.
Sweaty. Is it hot in here? I went through my Steam library looking for games that I hadn't played, and I had purchased a game way back in the day, and I played it. I think it was on, I want to say PlayStation 2 time period. It was called Last Remnant. It was a Square Enix game. It's like a turn-based JRPG, Final Fantasy style, like.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Fuck yeah, man! I haven't played this in forever." I remember it being a good game. What a giant piece of dog shit that game was. Either I was just delusional when I played it as a kid, or I just didn't get it. Man, that story's bad. But here's something I also noticed. I don't think, and this feels bad, I don't think every single game should get like an updated, or not an updated, but just released on PC. It's locked at 30 FPS, right? Because that's what the PS2 had back in the day. I was like, my eyes were hurting playing it, like watching cutscenes and things just like jittering because it like can't keep up with the frame rate. I was like, oh god, you know, and we're talking about like, you know, what are they, CRT monitors and shit like that back in the day, or even like, you know, tube TVs when you were playing on this shit.
TVs.
And so it's like, you know, when back then it was like, you know, whatever, but then watching it on like, you know, this
too sharp, too crisp.
Holy fuck. I was looking at it, I was like, first off, it looks a little goofy, but like because the frame rate can't keep up, like characters' heads would be doing this the whole time. And I was like, oh god, what the fuck am I it's just, it was bad.
Yeah.
It feels bad because I was like, man, I do kind of remember the combat in that game being really, really cool, and I wanted to get into it. It was like the fact that it's a Square Enix game, so it's, you know, 10 hours of fucking cutscenes and talking. I was like, I was getting like motion sickness almost. It was weird. I hadn't felt that playing a video game since like doing VR, you know? So I was like watching it, I was like
Post Void or whatever that game was, where you're just like, I don't fucking feel good playing this.
Yeah, it was the weirdest thing because I was sitting here with the controller playing, and as I kept playing the game, I just kept scooting farther and farther back, trying to like
squinting my eyes more.
Yeah, I was like, oh god, man.
Plays with sunglasses, I think.
The gamer goggles.
Yeah. Yeah, that's like the first time. Yeah. First time, like, oh, we should play Mario Kart, and you plug in like a Nintendo 64 to like a fucking like a 70-inch TV, and you turn on, you're like, what the fuck? Like all of a sudden those pixels are super pixels.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, oh god.
Yeah.
It looks like shit.
Yeah, when you
looks better on the smaller.
When you were a kid, it was a pixel. Now you're looking at it, it's like a fucking block. It's like playing Minecraft, you know?
Yeah, no, exactly.
Yeah, it's hard to look at sometimes.
Me and the guy Francisco I work with, I was talking, I was like, dude, I remember like telling my parents like it is the peak of technology. I felt like god, it literally feels like Leo in fucking Wolf of Wall Street. Like I got a line on Aerodyne, dynamics, and blah, blah, blah. I remember telling my mom and dad like graphics will never get better than this. It's the most lifelike, the most like they can't go anywhere. This will be the only thing I'll ever need. Ever, like trying to convince them to let me buy a fucking Nintendo 64. Yep. And like now you plug it in, you're like, Jesus Christ.
I definitely had that. There have been those jumps in video games that have blown my mind like that. Like I remember playing, okay, like on PlayStation 1, I played Final Fantasy 7, and then I played Final Fantasy like 8, and then playing Final Fantasy 9. I was like, god damn, like dude, I don't think the graphics are gonna get this like any better than this. It's like cutscenes look like actual people and shit like that. It was almost like watching a movie. I was just like, my mind was blown as a child.
Yeah.
And then like playing the PlayStation 2 was like, holy shit, I can't believe they did this. And then it was like playing like Snake Eater or whatever. And like, this is the greatest fucking thing I'll ever see in my entire life.
Yeah.
And then like, you know, every gen, it just like kept going up and blowing my fucking mind. I remember, what was it? Guns of Patriots.
And now it peaked.
Now we've gone the other way. We've got to the top where graphics look fucking good, but there's no substance to the game, where the games are like shit.
Yeah.
So everybody's just producing like trash quality, and it's like, oh, that's cool. I can play that. My wish list library is starting to accumulate like games that are just like off the wall. Like there's this game called like Gory, the Cuddle Fest of Nightmares or some shit like that. And you just play as a cat fighting these like monsters or whatever. I don't think the story really fucking matters in that game, but it's the art style that just looks so cool. And it's just like the way that the animations and everything look. And it's just like, it's Gori. I think it's.
You already know I'm looking.
Yeah. I saw you start to move towards it. It's Gory Cuddles something.
Cuddly Carnage.
There you go. That's the one.
Gory, cuddly. Humanity has been destroyed, and it's up to Gory, along with his deadly but wisecracking sentient hoverboard, Frank, and morose AI companion CH1P to shred and slit.
Chip.
Is this?
It's like a platformer arcade.
I see it. I see it. I was fully expecting to pull this up to shit on you. I see it.
Mm-hmm. It just looks
adding to the win.
It just looks unique and different, and it's like it
looks fun.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I'm going for now with video games. Is like I'm looking for something unique and fun that I haven't seen a million times. You know what I mean? I want to play games that I haven't played a million times.
This does look like fun.
It does, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, no, it does. All right. You win that one. I was going to be like, you fucking dork, let's look at this. And it got me pretty early.
Yeah. It's as long as it's not a simulator game, right? I have a plethora of simulator games that we have to do for a Freaky Friday. I bought at some point, I must have been drunk, Birch Simulator. You just play as a tree. Come on, that sounds amazing.
No, so fucking dumb. I know a guy that played Rock Simulator.
Uh-huh.
Same thing. You're just a fucking rock. And there's like an achievement where like you exist as a rock for like something like 48 hours or like 62 hours, 72 hours, something like that. He's like, I'm streaming the whole thing. And like he streamed, but his computer kept crashing like 50 hours. So he's all attempt number 3 of getting the 72-hour mark. Like, and like he just kept doing it. His computer kept crashing. And then eventually like, I fucking hate this game. And everyone's like, it's not a fucking game.
Yeah, it's a Bitcoin miner.
Yeah, probably. Shout out to Captain Salt. So
on the heels of other games that I haven't played, then that's where I'm going. I'm playing a game that I've probably played a million times. So I got into the beta for Marvel's Rivals. It's Overwatch 3.0, basically, with Marvel characters. I am thoroughly impressed. Thoroughly impressed. Like, so Sean kind of hit the nail on the head with this. He kind of explained it really, like he brought something up and was explaining something, and then it just fucking clicked, and I was like, oh, that makes all the sense in the world. So Activision and Blizzard ended their partnership with NetEase a few years back. NetEase is the Chinese company that was running all of Overwatch and everything. And at that time, when they ended that partnership, WoW, Overwatch, StarCraft, everything kind of ended on the Asian market. It was done. They couldn't do it anymore. And so what I think NetEase ended up doing was just saying, fuck it, we'll make our own Overwatch game then. And they basically ripped everything from Overwatch. It's the best way. Like, there's so much that's like, as we're playing, we're like, oh, that's kind of like Diva. Oh, that's kind of like Mercy. Oh, that's kind of like, you know what I mean? And it's just, but it's a shuffled deck. It's like they just picked and chose abilities that were dope. And then they were just like, okay, that kind of works with that character because it's Marvel, right? So you have to kind of keep it like true to the universe and like
Marvel-esque.
yeah, well, just more or less that IP, that character's IP. Like you can't really change it. You can't have like, oh, we're gonna put Cyclops in the game and give him fucking, you know, laser out of his dick or something.
Hands.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't make sense. So them picking and choosing different abilities that people love to play with, and then just like kind of shuffling them into characters or whatever, is cool because it gives it like a new, interesting way of playing it or whatever. And then you run into some like team ups. And the way that it works is every character in the game can have for season a team up with another Marvel character. And those team ups give you some type of buff or a new ability or something like that. So there's kind of synergy of playing a team comp of having tanks, DPS, and healers or support characters in the match that you're playing, but then also kind of picking and choosing certain characters to buff other players inside the group. And so there's this like nice little like neat compiled synergy of just being like, okay, this is going to be the team comp. And then that idea of when we have to swap out to like counter another team comp or whatever, then the idea is, okay, well then do you swap as well to then kind of do another team up to help buff your characters and stuff like that. So really it's almost kind of big brain level while also being really, really simple. Like you don't have to think very fucking hard, but it makes the game so much fun to play. Because like you're getting stomped or whatever and you're like, oh, well, you see that your DPS is playing, you know, somebody, whoever it is, but they're not teamed up with anybody and you're getting smashed, and then you can swap over to another character to get a team up, and then you guys just can run a little bit stronger or whatever. It's just a cool idea. I really enjoy it, but I think it's just because I miss Overwatch. You know, I miss playing Overwatch religiously, that I'm just having so much fun with it. And maybe I'm just a little bit of a Marvel nerd and it's just like really cool.
I'm not gonna lie, you said Cyclops.
Cyclops
that
is not in it.
You're a bitch. You're a fucking bitch. I immediately like went like back to like the Capcom.
Yeah,
fucking,
Marvel
like,
versus Capcom
days where he screams, you get the big fucking blast that goes all the way across the screen. I was like, that'd be fucking fun and sick.
I definitely feel.
And then you took it away from me.
Well, they have. Aaron was talking about this. They have endless possibility for new characters, right? Like they don't have to think very hard or very far outside of a box. You know, they could blindfold and throw a dart and then hit a character that everybody would enjoy having in the game. You know what I mean? So this is something that if this does well, this could run forever.
Yeah.
There are some things that I'm not happy about with the game. It's got destructible environments, which is dope. So like kind of like the, you know, Armageddon style things where you can, or not Armageddon, but Guerrilla. Or you can just destroy buildings and shit like that while you're like teaming up, which is super dope. I did this thing. I was playing Venom. Venom has like you swing in the air and you can do like a ground smash. I didn't realize
that would be the character that you picked.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I played Venom, played Scarlet Witch.
Venom hamster.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I can swing. Yeah, that's I didn't even register. That's exactly why I gravitated toward it. Fuck. Damn it, dude. But I didn't realize the bridge was a destructible environment. So there was a Punisher on the bridge and he was just shooting and I was like, oh, I'll get him. I smashed on the bridge. The Punisher jumped before I smashed into him. Then I just fell through the map because the bridge disappeared. So it's like shit like that was super cool to realize. And then once I knew it, I was blowing up the bridge every time I saw people stand on top of it and I was getting kills from people just falling to their death. You know what I mean? It was really, really interesting. There are some characters that are just way too overpowered. Like there's some characters that you just like cannot beat. You know, it feels like it needs a lot of balance. Some of the destructible environment stuff, like if they break a top half of a building, the bottom half of the building that's still there can kind of be shot through. So all of a sudden out of nowhere, you'll just be taking damage. And it's like, what the fuck? And it is, you know, this game isn't slated to come out until 2025. So it's got time. This is a closed beta. They're testing networking and different things and trying to get people's opinion on it. It's got some room to grow.
This is about like where Nightingale should have been.
Yes, 100%. 100%. But the thing that I think is going to be the downfall of this game is it's going free to play.
Yeah.
I hate to say
Dead on arrival.
Dead on arrival, or dead in 6 months because of hackers and cheaters. I feel like, and this is a hot take.
Dead on release because of hackers and cheaters.
Well, if it's up now, man, people are already going to be working on it. And I guarantee if there's hackers and cheaters in Overwatch, it's not going to be that hard to port that shit over to this. The only difference is
copy paste on code.
Yeah, the only difference is that it's third person versus first person, right?
Okay.
I feel like games like this that have a really strong like way to be something in this market that doesn't already exist, you know what I mean? Like Overwatch is really good, but outside of Overwatch, the only other thing you might have is like what, Rainbow Six Siege?
As far as what?
Like a team comp based, like competitive shooter. Counter-Strike,
competitive Call of Duty.
No, but not like that. Like I'm talking about the way that the games like Overwatch work. Push maps, defend objective points, things like that, where it's like very much so based on team composition of tanks, healers, DPS, or support characters and shit like that, right? Like there's not many games like that have 5-6 players that require people to play specific roles to make sure you can push through certain things, right?
Fucking nerd.
Yeah, I am a nerd. That's why.
Yeah.
Poindexter. But that's what I enjoyed about Overwatch. I enjoyed that team composition, building those things up, swapping certain characters out to counter other characters after like getting smashed. You know what I mean? Needing tanks for defensive positioning, needing DPS to burn through, needing support characters to keep like the team alive. I like that style of game. I like when people have to play their roles to then support everyone to make them better. If you go in as a tank and just try straight DPS, the rest of your team dies. If you go in as a support character and try DPS, you're going to fucking, like, your rest of your team is going to die. If you go in as a DPS and don't do DPS, you'll never get anywhere on the map. Your team will die. You know what I mean? Like, there's so many different things that have to be involved with it. I like that. I like that type of gameplay. I think that's why I still like Overwatch. So having a game like this, I'm okay. Now, throw a $30 price tag on it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I was saying, like, gated communities. We used to say it in property management all the time. Gated communities does not stop people from fucking burglarizing the neighborhood. It keeps lazy burglars out.
Burglarizing.
Is that what I said?
Well, that's okay. You want to keep the lazy burglars out.
That's what I'm saying. When you look at it and it's like, a lazy burglar is going to look at them and be like, I don't want to climb that fence. That's all that price tag is going to do. Because the minute someone does cheat after they paid $30, the next step from there is if their account gets banned, it's going to then be, well, do you want to spend another $30? And if it's a NetEase company, anybody who's like in China or any of those things, like, you lose access to a lot
of death.
Yeah, it's exactly right. I think you lose your IP and shit. I think they take your mother's hands or some shit like that.
Good. That's what you get.
But I mean, realistically, throw a $30 price tag on it and watch if there isn't a little bit less problems like that.
Definitely less.
But I mean, you could say that, but then look at like, this is my problem. Look at something like that, and then look at like Call of Duty. Call of Duty has a $70 price tag.
Yeah.
Well, okay, wait, hold on. Does Call of Duty have issues with cheaters that bad, or does Warzone, which is the free-to-play?
That's hard to say.
Yeah.
Because I feel like Warzone is so much more popular than just regular Call of Duty lobbies. But I think you could draw a connection there.
Yeah.
I think you definitely could.
Because that's all I've seen. Like when we were playing Overwatch 1 back in the day, we did run into hackers and cheaters. Not as frequently as we do in Overwatch 2. I feel like anytime a game goes free to play, it's just immediately flooded.
Free to play is like a death sentence.
It is. I don't understand why. I don't understand why. I mean, I get why.
Because I think yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's like the draw to bring somebody in and then like get them on microtransactions, because microtransactions make so much more. I get it. You can still make microtransactions on a $30 game.
Well,
make more money. Please, we're begging you.
Helldivers is a perfect example. Helldivers cost money to buy, and each of the new what the fuck are they called?
Battle passes or
whatever the hell they're called.
Yeah.
Costs money as well. And you can farm the currency in game to get it. It's not easy, but you can. But even still, it's only like $10 or whatever it is for the new thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not expensive and people are buying it. So you know that like type of market exists, and you know that type of like monetization works. Every time you go free to play though, man, I don't know what it is.
Easy pickings.
I guess.
Lazy burglars.
Burglars. Burglars.
Burglarize them.
It sucks too, man, because I'm having a lot of fun.
Enjoy it while you can. Because before you know it, it will be launched as free to play, and everything that you love and hold dear will be gone. Those sons of bitches. And you know it.
I do know it. It hurts my heart. I think it hurts because
it's like watching a baby turtle hatching from its shell and going out, and you're watching it, and it's flapping its little flappers, and it's going along the sand, and then you see the crabs come up. Their little fucking eyeballs, and they're skittering back and forth, and then they snatch it, and you watch that beautiful thing just get drug into the sand to be fucking eaten.
Did you play World of Warcraft during Battle for Azeroth? That was a daily quest that we had to do religiously. You had to shoot down seagulls and crabs to rank up the Tortolans so you can get some bullshit. Fuck me, the Tortolans. The Tortolans. That was the worst minigame ever. Oh God! Every time your dailies will pop up, I was like, I don't want to do this mission, please.
The fucking Tortolans.
God damn. It sucks, man. It makes games like that hard to get excited about. I get pumped because I'm like, man, this is so much fun. Yeah. And then I'm just like, I just know you
already know.
The writing's already on the wall. I know what this game will be in 6 months. You know what I mean? Or from launch, 6 months from launch. It'll either be nothing but sweats and frustration, or it'll just be cheaters. It's too bad, man. It's too bad. So when are we getting back into Destiny then?
I don't know.
So you work tomorrow?
I wish I had a good answer for you.
Do you work tomorrow?
I got to go in the morning.
Okay.
I have to run some errands, and then I'm probably getting called in for at least 1 or 2 patients. I'm thinking it's probably going to be like 10, 11-ish. Oh, okay. But then I'll be off, and then I'll come home, and then I'll definitely...
You'll be off at 11.
I think.
Oh. It's not bad.
Yeah. No, it should be all morning time stuff.
Okay. So we're going to do another 46-hour Destiny run?
No, because I work Sunday.
Who cares? Don't go.
And then I work Monday, and then I work Tuesday.
What are they going to do?
I work Wednesday.
Fire you?
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah.
You can take 1 day. So I told Sean. Sean was supposed to have like 3 days off in a row and got called in on 2 days or some bullshit like that. It's like, you've made your money, right? Your top sales? He's like, yeah, I've got everything covered for my pay period. All right, don't go to work. What are they gonna do?
Yeah,
we're not slaves, Brad. Hot Kylo,
moving, and I'm gonna be off. We're off work. We're slaves.
We are slaves. We're slaves.
No, I'm just gonna be off work for a while. At least.
Yeah, I know.
At least like a month or two. So I'm just trying to stack as much as I can.
How long until you know what it's going to take you to get your high-speed satellite out there? I say high-speed satellite, but you know, it's a dude on a roof.
Starlink.
Yeah. How long? How long is it going to take? Buy it now. Get it now. Get it set up now. Squared away now. Because if you're going to take a month off, you're going to want to just chill, watch videos, stream shit. You don't own DVDs anymore.
I do.
I mean, we all do.
A weird amount.
I have a weird amount. So that was my dad's thing back in the day because he was off of work. That was back when we had Netflix on the 3 DVD mail-ins.
Yeah.
He would just
burn them.
Yeah, he just burn them. He would just sit all day and just burn it, send it right back, burn it, send it right back. And I was like, oh,
I had, what was it, Select Video? I had like the Premier membership where it was like, you know what? Like they're like trying to like keep up with like Netflix. Like for this much a month, you get like this many. I just like, it didn't matter. I didn't even have an interest in it. I just take it.
Yep.
Burn it, return it.
I would
take a new one, burn it, return it.
My dad would be like, oh, I got this movie. And like, he'd give it to me and be like, Dad, I have this. I'd have like 3 copies of the same movie or something. Then he got really big into like when you could print, he would like find what the movie looked like and then print it out on like the CD sticker and then stick it onto it. Like he got wild there for a minute. It's like, could you imagine those videos where it was like, you wouldn't steal a car? Like if that was like, if they actually went after someone, like my dad just spindles and spindles. I'm like, holy shit, man.
I was just thinking, just openly admitting to piracy. Arg.
We killed it though, man. We killed it. Netflix and all that shit, and then going into streaming services, we killed the movie industry.
Yeah.
You know,
it's weird. It's weird because like it used to be like movies was like the big tickets, and now it's like you got to get on like a streaming services like fucking like mini episode or like Game of Thrones, something like that. Those are like the stars now.
I heard the Borderlands movie is not looking.
I don't care.
Really?
I could not.
I love Borderlands. I love Borderlands.
I love Borderlands. The second that they told me that Kevin Hart was going to be in it, I was like, you went the wrong direction.
Kevin Hart and Jack Black, right? Like you went
Kevin Hart, Jack Black, fucking
Jamie Lee
Curtis.
Yep.
What are you thinking, dude? Like,
it doesn't.
You would have been better just getting like some fucking nobodies that have never done it 100%. And let them just try to take the role seriously. It's too good.
Not take the role seriously, but just write it in a way that you're not relying on comedy of comedians, right? Just like write it how they wrote the game. The game was
Jack Black at least has like a little bit of a dimension, but Kevin Hart is always going to be Kevin Hart in any movie that he's in. Just like The Rock's always going to be The Rock. Just like there's no like real acting. It's just them being them in the role.
Which is kind of the problem. I have yet to see Kevin Hart in anything other than a Kevin Hart movie. You know
exactly.
What I mean? That's
exactly.
Yeah,
that's what you're turning it into.
And that yes, and you are turning it into that. But then he's playing Roland, who is in Borderlands probably the only like straightforward character the entire series has.
Yeah.
The most non-nonsense character. You're gonna give it to a comedian. It's like, okay, I don't see it.
Yeah,
I don't see it. It's makes no sense to me. The only other thing that I would maybe like see it being possibly is introducing people who have never been into Borderlands. So which means it's just not for me. You know what I mean?
It's like first they make the Little Mermaid black and now they make Roland black. Like what the fuck?
Roland was black.
No. Stir up some shit. All right, kids.
You know what movie you shouldn't watch either? Long Legs. Long Legs. The Nicolas Cage movie. Kyla, come here.
I thought you were going to go turn and grab one of your multiple copies of Dragon Wars.
No, that's a bad. You say bye? You say bye? You've got no idea what's happening. All right. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Bye, kids.
We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.